DaUlew using the 5100 double Carnarvons, a KV4 and a T32 on their defense against a 53 TP, triple Carnarvons and T44 on the attacking team from Weird Foxes. Let's see how this goes. Again, as discussed earlier, DaUlew being the second strongest team here. Let's see how this goes. My money is on DaUlew winning this. We'll see how the 5100 does. Of course, it's out of meta, but still a very good tank, and I personally love mine. He's running improved hardening, vert stabs, and bounty vent. Sorry, bond vent. This will be a very interesting to see how much damage he gets done. The Carnarvons, of course, also running improved hardening, standard in any competitive game mode. Guest playing a very interesting position right here. Asker brain damage right here, playing the window side scraping. We'll see how this works out for him. Of course, the enemy team making a slow approach down the K line, going for the one base push, which is not looking too good for them, as Oscar, Andrew, Guest, and Dutchbar are all in positions to counter. Oscar going for this a really powerful position that people love to use. Teabagging already spotted, takes a hit. Doesn't do any damage, I don't think. And Schmeldick and Dirtich about to cross right into Oscar's line of fire here. This is not good news. Oscar just doing a double check to see if he's got support. Of course, the Carnarvon playing at Charlie 3 to keep him covered. This is a very strong position. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of gold spam here. Yeah, we are slinging a lot of APCR rounds. T32 does need it right here. This is going to be a very interesting fight to watch. Double Carnarvon's playing against a T32 on this hold down. I believe the T32 is probably going to be losing this. Triple Carnarvons almost on this position. This is not good news because it means a lot of this enemy team from Weird Foxes is currently spotted, and DaUlew know exactly where they are, so counterplays are on the table right now. The 5100 could go for a flank. Guest, Dutchbar, and Asker could also go for... Well, Guest is fine where he is. Dutch is fine where he is. Of course, teabagging, pushing in for Oscar now, trying to make a play to clear him out. Unfortunately, gets picked off by Andrew in the 5100 and Dutchbar. Schmeldick and Dirtic realize that they can't make the same play, otherwise they will also get punished. That was a risky play right there from Teabag, and it did not end well whatsoever. Schmeldick also taking a lot of damage now from Oscar playing this hull down. This is why this position is so powerful, and Triple Carnarvon's just lining up on this position, now switching to HE by the looks of it. Guest, Asker brain damage, and Dutch and Andrew all starting to move in closer. The T44 unspotted all match for no apparent reason, assuming the KV4 is going to be climbing hill. Of course he won't. This is not good news at all for Weird Foxes, who are currently pinned in position. All of them are spotted. Dutchbar taking the window, about to put pressure, preventing these guys from backing off. Guest and Andrew moving in closer. Asker moving in closer. And of course, Oscar still farming the Carnarvons from this hold down position. Definitely not good news whatsoever. Guest trying to pick a shot through the windows on Schmeldick by the looks of it. The 5100 Andrew is also in position. They're getting ready to push in on this and try and take these guys out. Let's see how this goes. There's one shot. Of course, Guest kind of blocking Andrew from playing this corner here. Napoleon comes in, trying to make a play here. They're going for a counter push through the middle. Will this work out? Who knows? With Dutchbar at the back there sniping, and also Oscar and Asker in play, taking off the T44. Too little, too late. Looks like Dutch and the others are going to just farm this entire crossing here. And this was a bad push. Dirtich goes down, and that is game. 5-0 to DaUlew. No surprises there. And here we go, folks. Weird Foxes running 53 TP, triple Carnarvon T44. Same lineup as before. They are very limited on tanks, believe it or not. Most of them have premium tanks, and of course premium tanks are banned in this event. DaUlew running with double 5100s, double Carnarvon, and a VK on an attack. This is going to be very interesting to see. Of course, expecting a one-line push or even a banana push from DaUlew, which is definitely the meta on Himmelsdorf attack defense. Looks like they're actually going to be playing the hillside and the banana. Not something you see too often right now, suggesting a two-cap push. And that might not actually end out too well for them with the double 5100s, as we have a 53 TP in Carnarvon at A4 playing the hull down windows. Of course, Weird Fox is going for the very obvious plays right here, playing the hull downs at A4, the hull downs at C3, and the T44 at Charlie 2. I would have preferred pushing him up to Echo 1 We shall see. Dutch and Guest holding tight here with the double 5100s. I assume they're waiting for the 5100s to load their clip up. Oscar's moving up onto the hill, probably going for the spots to try and figure out what you can see. Of course, he's not going to get any spots down the Delta line right here. He's not going to see much. Here we go. It looks like DaUlew are getting ready to make their push. The 5100s are fully loaded by now, starting to make their play down the banana line. And let's see how they split. I'm assuming they're going to go for a hard 2-cap push. They might even try to go for the flanks with the 5100 to try and clip out on targets that go back for resets. We'll see how this goes. Of course, they're being very cautious because they have very limited knowledge as to where the enemy team are. Carnarvon playing the hull down, watching the Delta line. Guest going with him. Double 5100s continuing. It looks like they're going to be putting pressure on Cap 2. We'll see how Weird Foxes respond. It looks like someone's already taken a hit. Dirtitch taking a shot from the Carnarvon, playing the hull down. That is Oscar right there on Team DaUlew. Let's see how this goes. Everyone's moving in nice and slowly. They haven't spotted anyone else except the Carnarvon and 53 TP right now. Double 5100s are in position. They're going to try and bait the cap with the VK. Very interesting play here. Guest is watching the cap side with the Carnarvon covering him, or putting pressure on cap with Oscar covering him. Dutchbart watching the Delta line to prevent any sort of flexes or rotations around the Delta line to come for the resets from behind. And the 5100s are there because they know eventually the enemies are going to have to push. Here it comes. Elbu coming down this side. Looks like the T-44 is coming through as well. The other Carnarvon's sitting back. Elbu's just on his own. This is not good for him because he will get outplayed by Dutchbart if he's not careful here. Elbu playing a hull down. It looks like it's going to be a hull down fight between Elbu and Dutchbart. This might take a while. Just comes down to who hits their shots and who pens. Here comes Schmeldick in his Carnarvon and the T-44 going for the flank through the courtyard, obviously trying to come up behind Dutchbart. This is not good news because the 5100s are tucked right around the corner, ready to clip out. Teabagging and Dirtitch are moving up on the VK to try and get the resets because, of course, they do not have shots from where they are. Here come the Carnarvons, Elbu and Schmeldick going for Dutchbart, and they get instantly slapped by the 5100s. Elbu down to 244 HP. Elbu gets picked off by Dutchbart. Schmeldick knows he can't go around that corner because of the 5100s. The 5100s realize they need to go help out against the VK with the VK, so they push in, clipping out on Dirtitch and teabagging right here. Dirtitch down to 38 HP, gets picked off by Andrew, and now it's just teabagging, and there he goes. The power of double 5100s on this map when you hit and pen most of your shots. That is an insane clip potential that tank has. Now it's just Schmeldick and Napoleon who have managed to pick off Dutchbart, the only casualty of this match, against double 5100s, a Carnarvon and a VK. It is not looking good with 16 seconds on the clock. Napoleon trying to go for the resets. Of course, it's not going to work too well. 3 seconds left. Schmeldick held up by Oscar. They're not going to get there in time. Even if they do, they're just going to bleed all their HP and die. One reset goes in. Oscar takes a shot. But now Napoleon has just signed his death wish right there. And nailed his own coffin right there. There goes Schmeldick. Napoleon stuck between a VK and double 5100s and a Carnarvon. Set on fire. And there he goes. That is game, set, and match to DaUlew, who move on to the semifinals. No surprise there. Unfortunate for Weird Foxes, but it was a valiant effort nonetheless.